What happens when a rich man mocks a struggling dad at a grocery store? When what happens next surprises you? Let's dive in to see. In the quiet town of Meadowgrove, there lived a man named Henry. Henry was a single father, raising his young son, Liam, all by himself. Life hadn't been easy for Henry. He worked two jobs, one at the local factory and another at the gas station, to make ends meet. Despite the hardships, Henry always wore a smile, especially for Liam. Their bond was unbreakable, a beacon of love and resilience in their small, cozy home. One chilly evening, after a long day at work, Henry stopped by the grocery store to pick up some essentials. Liam, with his bright eyes and curious mind, accompanied him. As they walked down the aisles, Liam's little hand tucked safely in Henry's, they came across Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson was a wealthy businessman, known throughout Meadowgrove for his lavish lifestyle and cold demeanor. He owned several properties in town and was often seen driving his shiny, expensive car. Today, he stood in the grocery store, his cart filled with luxuries, a smirk on his face as he watched Henry and Liam. Well, if it isn't Henry," Mr. Thompson said, his voice dripping with disdain. "Still struggling, I see." Henry looked up, his eyes meeting Mr. Thompson's. He sighed softly, trying to keep his composure. "Good evening, Mr. Thompson," he replied, his voice steady but tired. Mr. Thompson glanced at Liam, then back at Henry. "You know, Henry, some people just aren't meant to succeed. Maybe it's time you accepted that." Liam looked up at his father, his small face filled with confusion and hurt. Henry's grip on Liam's hand tightened slightly, a silent reassurance. "Success isn't about what you have, Mr. Thompson," Henry said, his voice calm but firm. "It's about who you are and the love you share." Mr. Thompson scoffed. "Love doesn't pay the bills, Henry, but I guess you'll learn that the hard way." With that, Mr. Thompson pushed his cart away, leaving Henry and Liam standing in the aisle. Henry looked down at Liam, his eyes filled with a mix of sadness and determination. "Dad, why was he so mean?" Liam asked, his voice small. Henry knelt down, looking into Liam's eyes. "Some people, Liam, they don't understand that true wealth isn't about money. It's about the moments we share, the love we give, and the strength we find in each other." Liam nodded, his eyes shining with unshed tears. "I love you, Dad." Henry smiled, his heart swelling with pride and love. "I love you too, Liam, more than anything in this world." As they continued their shopping, Henry couldn't shake off the encounter. He knew that Mr. Thompson's words were meant to hurt, but he also knew that he couldn't let them define him. He had Liam, and that was all that mattered. Days turned into weeks, and Henry continued to work tirelessly. One day, as he was leaving the factory, he received a call from Liam's school. Liam had been in an accident during recess and was rushed to the hospital. Henry's heart raced as he sped to the hospital, his mind filled with fear and worry. When he arrived, he found Liam in a hospital bed, his leg in a cast. The doctor assured Henry that Liam would be fine, but he would need to stay in the hospital for a few days. Henry stayed by Liam's side, holding his hand, whispering words of encouragement. He knew that he couldn't afford the hospital bills, but he pushed the thought aside. Liam's health was his priority. As the days passed, Henry's worries grew. He knew that he couldn't keep up with the mounting bills. One evening, as he sat by Liam's bedside, he received a visitor, Mr. Thompson. Henry looked up, surprised. Mr. Thompson stood at the door, his usual smirk replaced with a look of concern. He walked into the room, his eyes on Liam. "How is he?" Mr. Thompson asked, his voice softer than Henry had ever heard. Henry sighed. "He'll be fine, but the bills, I can't afford them." Mr. Thompson nodded, his expression thoughtful. "Henry, I owe you an apology. I was wrong to judge you, to mock you. I didn't understand the strength it takes to be a father, to provide and care for a child." Henry looked at Mr. Thompson, surprised. "What changed your mind?" Mr. Thompson looked at Liam, then back at Henry. "I saw you, Henry. I saw the love you have for Liam, the strength you show every day. I realized that true wealth isn't about money. It's about the love we share, the moments we create." Henry was taken aback. He had never expected such words from Mr. Thompson. "I want to help, Henry," Mr. Thompson continued. "I want to pay for Liam's hospital bills, and I want to offer you a job, a better job, so you can provide for Liam without struggling." Henry looked at Mr. Thompson, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Why would you do that?" Mr. Thompson smiled, a genuine smile. Because I want to be a better man, Henry. I want to learn from you, from the strength and love you show every day. Henry nodded, his heart filled with a mix of emotions. Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Thank you. As the days turned into weeks, Henry started his new job and Liam recovered fully. Their life improved, but what truly changed was the bond they shared. They had faced hardships together, and they had come out stronger. One evening, as they sat in their cozy home, Liam looked up at Henry. "Dad, do you think Mr. Thompson is a good man now?" Henry smiled, his eyes filled with warmth. "I think he's trying to be, Liam, and that's what matters. We all make mistakes, but it's never too late to change, to be better." Liam nodded, his eyes shining with understanding. "I'm glad he changed, Dad. I'm glad he saw the love we have." Henry looked at Liam, his heart swelling with pride and love. "Me too, Liam, me too." And so, in the quiet town of Meadowgrove, a story of love, resilience, and redemption unfolded. A story that showed that true wealth isn't about money, but about the love we share, the moments we create, and the strength we find in each other. A story that reminded us that it's never too late to change, to be better. As the sun set over Meadowgrove, casting a warm glow over the town, Henry and Liam sat together, their hands entwined, their hearts filled with love and gratitude. They had faced hardships, but they had come out stronger. They had shown the world that love, resilience, and strength were the true measures of success. And in that moment, they knew that they were truly wealthy, truly blessed. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you'd like to show some extra love, tap the 3 dots near the share button and send a super thanks.